What's going on, guys? Chew here, back with another episode of Decks Explain. Sorry I haven't made a video for a while. I've been busy with different life stuff and I was a little burnt out on Magic, but I'm back in action. You may notice I have a new setup now. I have a new webcam, which is awesome. I'm actually in HD and I don't look like garbage anymore. And then I'm in my stream room now, which I've been streaming on Twitch the past few days and hoping to stream a little bit more in the future. But anyway, let's talk about the deck. I'm currently 519 Mythic, which is really awesome. I wanted to get top 1000 Mythic this season, and I ended up getting there. I've actually been as high as 55 with this deck. I've been top 100 twice, and then fell and got back. But anyway, I'll bring up the deck here. So this is my Bant ramp. I based it off a few different decks that I saw from the Mythic Championship 3. As soon as I saw those deck lists released, I looked at them and saw these band decks and thought they were really sweet. And then I took them onto the ladder and done really well in Mythic. So I'm just going to go through our curve real quick and talk about the different card choices and why I put them in the deck and my numbers and stuff. And then we'll play some games and I'll kind of show you how the deck works. First we have Llanowar Elf. So everybody knows this guy. Great one drop. Lets you play into Teferi. Don't really need to talk about him too much. Just lets you hit your bigger drops quicker. Incubation Druid I have as a 3 of. A lot of people are running 4, but I'm doing a 3-2 split with Growth Spiral. The reason for that is Incubation Druid often gets removed by like shocks and cast downs and stuff. So you don't it's fine to play on turn 2 so you can cast your 4 drops, but it's not ideal just because it does get removed quite often. So Growth Spiral allows you to get the ramp still without getting your creature removed. And then Paradise Druid is really awesome because it has hexproof when it's untapped. So if you play this on turn 2, they can't Teferi it, or they can't remove it with a cast down or whatever. They're gonna have to make you sacrifice it. So your 2 slot, you just kind of want to ramp into your bigger creatures and spells. This is really important, getting this early ramp. If you don't have it, it's pretty much a loss. Hydroid Crisis is huge. If we have Nissa out, we double our mana and we can cast this for a lot. Even just casting it on turn 4 as a 2-2 and just drawing 1 card is fine, especially having 4 of them in our deck. You'll see, I'll probably cast it for cheaper, but obviously if you can cast it with Nissa out, it can usually win you the game. Speaking of things that you can cast with Nissa out and win you the game, Finale of Glory is huge. So it says, create X 2-2 soldiers with vigilance. If X is 10, you create X 4/4 angels as well. So if you cast 10, you get 10 2/2s, and then you get 10 4/4s with flying, which is insane. Usually you just win the game unless they have like Kaya's Wrath. This card I tend to board out against like Esper, but against like any mid-range deck it's insane. And usually if you cast it with Nissa out for 10, you can win the game. Next we have everybody's favorite Teferi. He's just a great tempo play. You can use him for some cheeky, like if you +1 him, you can mass manipulation on their turn. I think I've only done that like once though. You can also finale on their turn. It's nice if you can finale for like a smaller amount on their turn and kill their planeswalkers or whatever. That just gives you a little bit more versatility. Those are only 2 sorceries, so that's not too relevant. But the -3 is always great. If you can like -3 when they have 1 creature on the board and pop it back to their hand, that tempo's insane. Especially if it's a mana dork. In our 4 drops here, we have Shall I, Voice of Plenty. This is a great card that you can put on the board to protect your other creatures. As well, if you get to untap with 6 mana, you can usually win the game by putting a counter on each creature you control. And Shall I tends to make your opponent's like removal pretty awkward, and it blanks different things like Teferi. It is a little bit awkward if you get it bounced by Teferi. It's a little bit of a negative tempo play, but that's fine. It's still a good card, so. In our other 4 drops here, we have Frilled Mystic, which is an insanely good card. So when Frilled Mystic enters the battlefield, you counter target spell. So this, if you can like play a early mana dork and then have Frilled Mystic held up, first of all, your opponent usually doesn't expect it, and then secondly, just the tempo is so insane. Just like you get to like turn 3, hold up Frilled Mystic, counter your opponent's spell, have a 3/2, and then attack whatever they have on the board. Yeah, just insanely good. I really like this card. I tend to board it out a lot. just against like the mid-range decks or aggro decks, but it's insanely good to have in game 1. And against the control and some of the mid-range decks, it's really, really good. Next, another great card. One of the main reasons to play this deck here, Mass Manipulation. So Mass Manipulation, you can cast this and gain control of X target creatures and or planeswalkers. So usually if you cast this card, you're winning the game. If you have Nissa out and you can cast this for a lot and steal their board, it can just be insanely good. I've like stolen Vivians and ulted them, stolen huge Hydro Crises, stolen my opponent's entire board. Like, it's just so good and so versatile. And even if they like know you have it in your hand, it just threatens your opponents so much. They just don't want to play any of their things or don't want to tap out. The format right now is really like tap out mid-range, so Mass Manipulation is just huge. It's just won me so many games. And then we have everybody's favorite gal. We have Nissa, who shakes the world. Nissa's just insane. One of the best cards in Standard. So whenever you tap a forest for mana, you add an additional green. You can do a lot of shenanigans with this, like tapping a breeding pool and then untapping it with Nissa, and then you can hold up negate because you'll have the blue and the extra green. And your opponent doesn't expect those things. But even just like Nissa herself can just pressure your opponent so hard just with the 3/3s. Even in the late game, if you can just top deck a Nissa, you can win the game just with that. As far as our lands, we have 5 forests. We want a high forest count just because Nissa taps for more green when you have forests. It does count with the shock lands, obviously, so it's not that important to have basic forests, but having forests that you can have extra mana is really, really important. And then we just have 4 of the blue-white lands, Hallowed Fountain and Glacial Fortress. We have 1 Sunpetal Grove, because we're more like a blue-green deck. We're just splashing white for Shalai, Teferi, and Finale. 4 Temple Garden, because they're a forest. 4 Breeding Pool, forest, and then 4 Hinterland Harbor. I'll quickly bring up our sideboard here. So the first card we have in our sideboard is Baffling End. This card's really good. It's good against aggro, good against removing mana dorks. Just there's a lot of early creatures that you want to use this on. Just so many relevant matchups. And not a lot removes it. Not a lot of people are playing like Thrashing Broncodon or anything. Teferi, bouncing it isn't that relevant. Yeah, just a super solid sideboard card in a lot of matchups. Then we have 3 of Negate. So this I'm bringing in against the Esper control decks. Nexus, sometimes against like Dreadhorde and stuff. You got to really gauge like what your opponent's on. If they have a lot of non-creatures, it's good to have. Even like I wouldn't bring it in against like Gruul or anything or any of the aggro decks, but maybe like mono red, but that's about it. Deputy of Detention's kind of an interesting one. I bring it in like sometimes in a few different matchups. I'm like kind of unsure, but I don't really have anything else to go in the sideboard in this slot. It's good against Hero. It's good against some of the Nissa decks with different mana dorks. Just removing them and then having to force them to use something. Like Bant doesn't have a lot to interact, so if you can like put down a Deputy and they can't touch it, it's kind of narrow, but it's kind of like my 14th, 15th sideboard slot. So Excellence Binding is good against like Gruul, like blue-red decks. Grixis it's really good against. I kind of bring it in against the different decks that can't really interact with. I kind of bring it in with against. I kind of bring it in against the different decks that can't really interact with enchantments. It's also pretty good against Hydro Crisis, just because you can exile the Crisis, and then even if they deal with the Excellence Binding, it'll come back in as a 0/0. I should have mentioned Baffling End is also quite good against Hydro Crisis. Our next card, we have Ripjaw Raptor. This card's insanely good against like Gruul, any of the aggro decks. It just sits on the board. It's so tough for them to remove, and if they swing into it, you just get to draw so many cards. Just really, really good. Then I have a 1 of Lyra. So Lyra, I just like having for the different aggro matchups, and it's okay in some mid-range matchups. She's pretty decent if she can sit on the board and they don't remove her, and then you can swing in for every turn, gain 5. But sometimes they bring in stuff like Beacon Bolt or whatever, or like Collision Colossus to deal with her. So that's why I have a 1 of Tulsimir. Because I find the Lyra, they sometimes just remove her straight up. She does usually get 2 for 1, but like Tolsimir, he comes in, he makes a 3/3 wolf, and then you gain 3 life, and you can have that wolf fight something. So I find Tolsimir has like immediate impact on the board. That's why I like to do like the 1/1 split. As far as boarding cards out, usually if I'm playing against something with a lot of removal, like a control deck like Esper or something like Mono Red or something, I'll take out the Incubation Druids just because they're easier to remove. And I find having the 3 Incubation Druids, it splits nicely with the negates and the baffling ends, so you can remove those and bring the other cards in. You can board out Frilled Mystic against different decks like aggro decks, or on the draw if it's going to be a little bit slower. You usually don't get the value off Frilled Mystic. You usually want Frilled on the play and when you can ramp into it. It's okay in the later game, and I don't mind having against the control decks, but it's not always great. I actually do board out Nissas sometimes, 1 or 2. Sometimes against decks like something as Chain Whirler, or if they have a lot of removal where they're going to remove your Nissa lands. Nissa definitely is like a core card of the deck, so you don't want to be removing her or removing too many of her, but there are matchups where I would want to remove her. And if you are taking out like 1 or 2 Nissas, you do want to drop definitely like at least 1 Finale, probably 2, and like 1 Hydroid Crisis. Hydroid Crisis even, I like cutting like 1 sometimes against like the quicker aggro decks. And also Finale, I do like cutting against the aggro decks. It is okay. Sometimes you could just make a bunch of 2/2s as blockers, but it's not like the best, and it's a little bit slower. It is really good against mid-range and pretty decent against control. I also do board it out against Chaos Wrath's decks and Cry of the Carnarium decks, just because obviously they're going to remove all your tokens if you make any. And then the last card I would board out is Mass Manipulation. Usually against decks where they have counter spells where you're just going to tap out for mass and they'll counter it and you'll just lose so much tempo. Or against different aggro decks where it's just going to be far too slow. I hope I didn't talk for too long there. We're going to queue up for some games here. It looks like I lost the rank. Yeah, the Mythic's been pretty good for me the past few days. I've been playing some Phoenix, and I've been playing this. Alright. Move my webcam here. I gotta figure out a good place. This is fine, like I have it now for streaming and stuff, but so see this hand here, if he goes like Thought Erasure, we are in the play, but if he goes Thought Erasure, we kind of get screwed. We'd have to draw something relevant. I just don't like it. This isn't great either. If we can draw some ramp or something, though, it's fine. I don't think we want to see 6. Or, sorry, don't want to see 5. He went to 5, though. That's a good draw. The nice part about Teferi is you can bounce your own Frilled Mystic. So we play Teferi on 3, +1 him, and then play Frilled Mystic on 4. If he does Thought Erasure us, he probably takes Teferi, but it is an okay position for us. Oh, interesting. So here I'm gonna play Paradise Druid, actually. This just assures that we can play Frilled Mystic on 4. Teferi doesn't really do anything here. If he goes like Jade Light, oh, that is good for us. I was gonna say, if he goes Jade Light, it's not too good for us, but we're gonna pay 2 life and not attack. We don't want to lose our Paradise Druid here, and we want to play Frilled Mystic. Oh, weird. Okay, I guess he's brewing. It's a pretty good draw. So I think here we can just play Teferi. It's not doing anything, so...
You show remorse, I'll show restraint.
Sorry guys, my audio volume was a little bit high there.
Let's try this.
It was fine for the deck tech, and then for the gameplay, not so much. Alright, so he's on a brew. This is interesting. The matchmaking Mythic is like really weird. We're just gonna bounce his Geode. He might be on like Nib Mizzet Reborn.
Might be a bad idea.
I think here actually we're fine to go Shalai and then attack. I think he's just gonna recast the Geode, and we don't really care about that. We want to counter his Niv that he's probably gonna play. We'll see though. Yeah, he just recast the Geode. And this puts us in a much better board state. The D-Spark's not great, but... we do have 2 mass manipulations, which makes me feel pretty good here.
Oh, I've done the hero thing before.
We're just going to play Llanowar Elf and then hold up Frilled Mystic here. Yeah, he's tapping all the colors, I think. Oh. So here we want to go Frilled Mystic. If he's on like Negate or Dovin's Veto, it's fine because he can't counter Frilled Mystic. And then we'll just bounce Frilled Mystic back to our hand with Teferi. Pretty insane tempo play. That's unfortunate though. Oh, okay, he targeted Teferi. If he would have hit Frilled Mystic, it would have been a lot worse. The problem is I don't know. Oh no, okay, we're good for... I just wanted to make sure we had enough blue mana to cast, oh, whoops. Trying my best to cast my spells here. Yeah, because this taps for blue. Yeah, we're good. I should have attacked for 3 there. That was my bad. We'll pass the turn back to him. Hopefully he just tries to go for a Nib Mizzet, and then we can just counter. This is pretty good for us if he doesn't play anything. Especially if we can have like mass manipulation Teferi and mass manipulate on his turn. It's pretty strong. Oh, he should be at 16. I'm so bad. That's how you get the big mythic ranks, boys. But Devil's fine.
We will meet again.
It's a good draw. I wish we had Teferi still, but we're gonna play Paradise. Attack in with our lads. The 3 damage is gonna haunt me now. I'm really bad for doing that, rushing my plays and not getting in for the damage there. He's probably gonna try to... Yeah, that's fine. Don't care about that. I'd say he's definitely on the Nib Mizzet Reborn. We can get a Nissa. It'd be really good. We can cast Finale. It's fine. Yeah, I've been streaming on Twitch though. I streamed yesterday. I'll definitely put my stream or my Twitch link in the description, and I think I have it on my YouTube page. It's pretty fun though, and I mean I've been doing decently well on the ladder and such, so I can't complain. We're just gonna keep attacking here. I think we should be in a good place here. The deck kind of depends on playing Niv Mizzet, drawing like 10 or whatever it does. It's pretty annoying. We're gonna counter that. If he plays this guy, we'll just steal it. Yeah. Called it. You got cards, dude. I mean, those are some good cards. I mean, this second mass manipulation is definitely getting thought erasured, but gotta try here. If I lose with 3 damage left, I'm gonna be upset. Teferi bounces guy, maybe?
I know my responsibility.
That seems pretty good.
Here we go.
Can he recast him? That's the real question. If he does that, mass manipulation looks pretty good. He definitely has 4 colors right now. He just needs to... Yeah, you can definitely recast him. I don't know if he wants to draw that many, but... I guess it blocks pretty well. Let's see what he does here. Yeah, Standard's pretty interesting right now. I don't know if I'd say I like it, but it's like I kind of understand it a little bit better now. He did go for the thought erasure. The double thought erasure. What a gent. I definitely don't enjoy getting thought erasure. It's better than getting thought seized, I guess, but at least they lose 2 for thought seize. Like, he would have been at 7. I can math. We're gonna have to draw pretty well. Come on. Let me tap these boys. Hold the Hall of Fountain to bluff that we have something. At this point, we have so much mana, we don't really need to do anything. At least make him think we have a Fulfilled Mystic. Sure. Does that give us an out? Yeah, if we draw Nissa and he doesn't have removal, I guess he has Bedevil, but if he thought erasures here. Or if we draw Teferi and he thought erasures. Yeah. See, that's why you keep the one card in hand. It's unfortunate. Especially with the time wipe. I think we still attack all. Put him to a lower life total. And well, that puts him to 3. 3, you say? I'm bad. See, you can really see in these like Mythic games, it's one bad decision, and I think realizing that bad decision is like really important. Because I mean, if you sit here as a player and you're like, oh, he drew Oath of Kaya and Teferi and all his 5 colors, blah blah blah, you're not gonna improve ever. Whereas if you sit here and say, oh, if I attacked with my Frilled Mystic before I bounced it, he'd be dead right now. Completely different game, you know.
Excellent. Let's try this.
Yeah, and then he time wipes on my turn. Sure, man. Frilled Mystic looks pretty good here. Nope. That's okay. Well, we gotta make him do it. Yep. He knows about this land, so we'll play it. Hold the other one. Obviously, we can't play it anyway. Hold the other one so that he thinks we have something. Holding lands is like really relevant. Sure, man. I don't think we're winning this one, but holding lands is really relevant just because like making your opponent think you have something versus them playing with like completely full information. If they know exactly what you have and they know you have nothing, like if I was to pass the turn now and have 2 cards in hand, he could think I have something and play around, whatever. Versus like if I play a land and then he knows I have the other land in hand, it just gives you more outs, I guess. I hope even if this is a loss, people can learn from it. I really like teaching people Magic. I feel like I'm okay. Like obviously I make mistakes as I did there. But I feel like if I can teach someone something, then I'm pretty happy about that. Sorry, just thinking about my sideboards here. Master Manipulation seems pretty good, but it's a little bit slow. Finale's good, but he has board wipe. Ixalan's Binding seems really good. Negate seems good. I think we take out Incubation. I think we just want to board like this. Yeah, I used to be a level 1 judge, and always at my local game store, just like teaching new players and helping people improve and stuff, and I don't know, talking about plays with people and stuff like that. It just helps you improve. Thinking about different lines and stuff you could do, and even just like doing these YouTube videos and talking about your plays is pretty important. You can learn a lot. I think we're going to keep this one just because we have the early ramp. It's not the best hand, but he did mulligan to 6. Client's being a little laggy here. A negate or something would be pretty good. That's pretty good draw. We're gonna attack with Llanowar Elf here, just to get in for the 1. Like in the last game, sometimes you just lose the game by like 3 damage you could have gotten in earlier in the game. So even just getting in for like 1 in this early thing here, like I could have like played a tap Shockland, but I'd rather use my life as a resource to attack my opponent, rather than using my life to like save life. Especially when I have the growth spiral, I can just do that. That's an insanely good draw. This is just like the power of this deck. We might just be able to close out this game just going like just going Nissa and then Hydroid Krasis. I just want to talk about untapping lands with Nissa. If you do tap out for Nissa, you're going to want to untap Glacial Fortress or Hallowed Fountain, like lands like that, Hinterland Harbor, non-forest lands. Just because unless you have some sort of play, like a Paradise Druid or an Incubation to cast off your forest, or I guess if you have like a Growth Spiral, a Negate to cast off like a Breeding Pool, I'm not going to be casting off anything off this 1 mana. So it's better to just untap this unless, in case he kills it. It just gives us more mana when we untapped, where if we untap a forest and he kills the forest... Oh yeah, see, we just got it with turn 3 Nissa. Yeah, we untap forest and he kills the forest. It gives us -1 mana next turn when we untap. If we untap with Nissa, so... It's just the little things you gotta think about. Just waking up, got my coffee ready. Yeah, my sleep schedule's been pretty bad. I had suffer with like a bit of like depression and stuff, anxiety and stuff like that. So my sleep and just different things gets kind of bad. My mental health. So I haven't made a video for a while. Just been working on that, but I've been feeling pretty good lately, and I've been waking up at a good hour and stuff, so it's been really helping. Definitely, like, mental health is really important, and working on that. It's tough to, like, balance mental health and YouTube. Even streaming and stuff. I'd like to stream every day, but sometimes it's tough to find the energy. So this hand would be so good if we had a second land. This is awful, but we're going to keep it. Sure. I can't really go to 4. I can't wait for the London mulligan. Like, we might just be able to get him just because he's playing such a weird deck and getting all his different colors and stuff. Like, if he plays Mana Geode or something here... Or Oath of Kaya, that's not that good. Teferi's fine.
Sorry I'm late. I've got time.
I do really enjoy doing like YouTube and stuff and streaming, making different videos. So I definitely like, I'd love to do more. I'm filming this one now. We're definitely going to bounce that. I'm filming this one now. I'm probably going to do another one for Phoenix in another few days. But yeah, it's tough to find the energy. It's so dumb how this can tap for mana on the same turn. I mean, I guess it costs 3, but... yeah, that's gross. At least if we play Krasis here, it's good against his Teferi. He's probably just going to go Niv or something. I mean, for drawing 5 lands, we didn't end up doing too bad. It's fine. Like, there's a lot of just non-games in Magic. You can't get too frustrated about them. Like, sometimes, I don't know, your opponent draws well, you draw poorly. There's a lot of games where I'm like yesterday I was playing and I was like, please deck, give me Hydroid Krasis. And I drew Hydroid Krasis off the top like 3 or 4 times. Nice, he didn't have anything. But yeah, so you get lucky, and like for every time you get lucky, there's a time you don't get lucky. Same for every time you get unlucky. You just got to think of all the times that you get lucky. If that makes sense. Discovery's fine. Didn't he +1 to Fairy? Could have just done that on my turn. I guess he didn't play a land. That's pretty good for us. I'll take another Hydroid Krasis in my hand. We're just gonna pray he doesn't draw Thought Erasure. I mean, the nice part about this deck is you have lots of good top decks off the top.
That's more like it.
If he has nothing, I'm pretty happy about that. Okay. We're still in this. So we have Crisis for 5. We're actually just going to go Crisis for 4. Just because going for 5 doesn't draw us another card. And then we can play Landor Elf. Well, we drew another Crisis. Thoughts and prayers for no Thought Erasure. Thought Erasure is the card that tilts me. Well, it's in the top 5 tilters. It's like Frilled Mystic, Nexus of Fate, Thought Erasure. Teferi's kind of tilting. No, Narset. Narset when you forget and then you cast something into it. Okay, we're in this. We can actually go for 6 here. We're gonna take out his Teferi, hopefully.
This is hardly my worst defeat.
Somehow the 5-land hand turned into a good one. Alright, Nissa, I like it. We have another Hydroid Crisis, sure. Why not? I'll chain them all. See, that's what I mean, though. Sometimes you get unlucky, but then later in the game you get lucky. So, I don't know. There's no point in tilting early in the game. It gives me another Crisis. Sure, man. Like, I get Niv draws him a bunch of cards here or whatever, but, like, okay. We could actually go Crisis for 6 off this. I actually like that a lot. Or we could go Crisis for 4. Negate. I'm gonna go like this, just to make sure we kill Teferi. Just because we need to hold up Negate here. And then we're gonna cast our Landor Elf. But yeah, a lot of the times, like, if you're not gonna kill your opponent anyway in the next, like, turn or so, sometimes attacking with 2 creatures that, like, a Teferi or a Planeswalker you really need to kill is important. Because, like, if he went removal there and I attacked with 1, I would just get screwed. I wouldn't be surprised to see a Niv in our future. Or a Hydroid Crisis. Yeah. For 9 is pretty good. It's a good draw. So here, we're going to actually want to tap... I don't know why the client's being so laggy here. We're going to want to tap all our non-forest lands for Nissa here. That's why I have the auto tapper off. And then we want to go... So the thing is here, I want to play a Hydroid Crisis that's bigger than his. But I also want to hold up Negate. Okay, that's fine. That's equal. So we can go for 9. I just don't want my Nissa to get swung on by that stupid giant Hydroid Crisis. Eventually I'll start drawing like master manipulations and stuff. This turn's taking a little bit long, but it is what it is. Okay, we're not gonna attack. We're not gonna play anything. We're gonna discard this Hallowed Fountain. Yeah, with decks like this, little things like untapping certain lands and you know, watching which lands you tap is pretty important. You got to really think about that. I got to do some more fun decks too. I've been like grinding up Mythic ranks and such. Yeah, see, like holding up in the gate, it's a good time. Does he have a counter? Maybe. Yeah, that's fine, dude. I thought he might have like Dovin's Veto or something, but it's also fine. Finale of Glory would be sweet. I doubt he has another Time Wipe in his deck, but he could have two. 35 cards left in our deck. We have Krasis for 10 now. So we draw 5. Nice part is we can discard all these mana dorks. Frilled Mystic's gonna be really huge here. Discard a few lands. Keep our forests. Yeah, in the late game, Llanowar Elf obviously and stuff isn't that good. I don't know how long I'll make this video. Depends how well I do and how long the games are, but that's fine, man. On what? Nissa? That's not very good. I would not bring Unmoored Ego in against this deck. The threats are just mass manipulation, sure, man. I guess he loses to that. But like, okay. Now he cries to the Frilled Mystic in my hand. Because like now I just swing on him for 10 uncontested. I did not think I was winning this game. If he takes 10 and goes to 6, that's pretty bad for him. He has 1 card in hand. But I mean, even if he blocks, he loses his 9/9. He takes 1 damage, goes to 15. He knows I have the Frilled Mystic. I don't think it's good for him. Yeah. Nice. Well, sometimes you mulligan to 5, keep 5 lands, and you win, boys. That's just how it goes. 372. Ooh, rank 8? Sure, man. Do I get the Dream Crush? Hopefully. On the play. Llanowar Elf. Classic turn 2 Llanowar Elf. That's fine, though. If I can get a green land that comes into play untapped, that would be really nice. I can go Growth Spiral, Llanowar Elves. That's pretty good, though. Wonder if he's on Grixis or if he's on, like, Phoenix or something. Possibly. Oh, Phoenix. Cool. Do we just steal that? Probably. If he kills our Paradise Druid, it's a little bit annoying, but that's cool to see that rank 8 is playing Phoenix. I mean, I think he's playing a shitty list. I don't like Goblin Electromancer, but we're just gonna hold up Mystic here. If I had another land, we'd probably Growth Spiral, but if he went Drake or something here, Kefmet, that'd be sweet. Oh, oh baby. Pulling out the Frilled Fish Stick. Okay, let's go Llanowar Elf, Growth Spiral. even if he has like Finale or something, it's not too bad for us. I think we should be in a good place here. And post-board, we should be in a good place. Discard Phoenix, sure. Glad we had something to deal with the Goblin Electromancer. Charted Course, sure. Pitch another Phoenix. Kill Llanowar Elf. Interesting. I want to land on the top. I'd like to Krasis for 4. That kind of sucks. I can race him though. I think I want to just Krasis for 2 here because it blocks. And then if I can mass manipulate, that'd be great. Fortunately, I only have not that many blue sources, but I only have 3. But if I draw another land, then we're in a fine place. Sure. Think he gets Phoenix back here? Yeah, he definitely gets Phoenix back. It's a good deck, that's for sure. Attack for 2. Growth Spiral end of his turn, probably. Hopefully draw something good. I don't think our matchup's like insanely bad here. Just depends what he's got. Sure, I'll take 6. I wouldn't be surprised if we got burned out here, but Growth Spiral. We do get our 4th blue source. If he doesn't have counter, we might be in a good place here. So let's see. Can we do it for 2? I actually don't have to play this because I have the Electomancer. Steal these. Can I have them, please? One time? Hey. We're gonna leave that untapped. Hopefully we can kill him next turn. I feel like we're in an okay place. It really depends what is in his hand. That's fine. We have some good draws here as well, so I'd really like to get game 1 here. Because if I can win this, it'll shoot my rank up quite a bit. We're 690 right now. I've been top 500 a few times today, but... Coil on that is interesting. I don't think I like that play. Ooh, that's huge. I think I just want to attack with Arclight ×2 and cast Krasis for 6. I'm just gonna put pre-combat this just so he doesn't kill my mana dorks here. We gain 3. We'll attack with 1 actually. If we don't die here, we should have the game. Nice. Didn't know if I was gonna get there, but we did. Um, manipulations are good, but they're a little slow here. Binding is great. He probably keeps in the Electomancers, so we want these. We want to take out the incubations. Finale's kind of slow. Bring in a Lyra. Ripjaw Raptor instead of Frilled Mystic. Tolsimir seems a little weak here. Deputy actually seems pretty good here, though. I actually like Deputy over Melody. Maybe we'll just go 1, actually. Just that way we can get Arc Lights, possibly. It's not like the best play, but it's a good stall. Or good to like get through if we really need to. This is fine. We can go Glacial Fortress. When Glacial Fortress tapped turn 1, probably want Opt here. He might have boarded into Spell Pierce though. But yeah, we're gonna go this tap, play Paradise on 2, hopefully Teferi. Okay. I like the play. No land, no land, no land. Oh, that's okay. It's a little slow. Sorry, good sir. I'm gonna have to bounce your Electomancer.
I know my responsibility.
The Ixalan's Binding in our hand looks really good. We're gonna leave this untapped just so it doesn't get... No, we'll play Land War Elf here. That way if he has removal, it's fine. I don't really care about War Boss. I'm just gonna play Nissa next turn. Teferi can die. That's also a good one. I don't think we want it just yet, though. We're gonna untap Glacial Fortress. Attack for 3. Should be in a decent place here, especially with him missing that land drop. The good old Opt 1 land hand. It's fine. Yes.
Can you do me a huge favor?
Yeah, what's up?
There's a giant spider that crawled downstairs. I trapped it under a jar.
Oh yeah, I can get it.
Kill it.
Yeah, I can get it later. Yeah, where is it?
It's just like downstairs between the bathroom and like spare room.
Okay, yeah, no problem.
Yeah, it's massive and I don't think
Yeah, no problem.
I will endure.
Interesting. We could like play Teferi, bounce our land back. That's probably the play here. And then we probably want to get rid of War Boss. Wouldn't be surprised if this got countered though. Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Rise, my element friend.
That's pretty annoying. Think we have to do it though. Yeah, Nissa's dead AF, dude. You got her. I mean, we can try to wham bam slam some freaking Lyra and hope it works. I'm not crazy hopeful, but sometimes it does. If we can draw land here. Ripjaw's fine, I guess. Really wish our Teferi resolved there. We're not in a really good place here right now, but it's fine. It's Healy. Probably his finale in hand.
Dare to marvel at my masterpieces.
At least Ripjaw can block on the ground pretty well. It's a land aware elf. It's not a land though. Well, let's play this for 2, I guess. I don't think I'm winning this one, but that's fine. I'm gonna try. Again, like I said, maybe we can just play Lyra and win. Sure, he has like something gross here, like a finale or something. Alright, I like it. Play Lyra. Okay, we might have a chance. I get to attack with Lyra, or block. Then if I can play Chalet. Shall I? That's fine, dude. You're not getting in with that one. Sorry to tell you. It's a pretty good draw. Increases for 4. Attack with Lyra. I mean, Ripjaw keeps the ground locked down pretty well. Let's see. We'll attack Healy here. We don't really care if he swings back. Yep, gain 5. I think we're in a good place here. Who knows if he boarded in like Beacon Bolt here or something, but I want this win. I want it pretty bad. Let's see if this resolves. Does he have something? Possibly? Maybe? That's not going to cut it, good sir. I will pay for Spell Pierce.
In this land, we are all connected.
Temple Garden. Untapped Forest.
Behold, nature's true power.
Shall I? And then Lyra should be untargetable. Should just win. Oh, and oh baby, and Lyra gives Shall I lifelink. That's fun. It's a good old time. Go to 18. I'll take a win over rank 8 any day. I think I just win. I mean, he can block, but yeah, I got it. Nice. 48, nice. I probably dream crushed him to about the same rank. Jeez. That sucks. If you're rank 8 and you lose so much. My win rate in Mythic right now is like 54%. It's not bad. $701. As long as I don't play against like 90% and lose, that's all I care about. He mulligans 6. We're also gonna mulligan 6. That's a good hand. Go to 5. Nah, he's keeping, I think. Bottom. We're gonna bottom as well. Don't need a second one of those. Looks like he's on Gruel. I think our hand's fine against him. Fairy's not bad here. I guess I could have blocked that, but we're just gonna bounce it. We should be in a really good place here.
I am not going to sit this one out. No, I am not making this up as I go.
Breeding Pool's a good draw here. No attacks. Just gonna play Nessa next turn. He probably just casts Growth Chamber here again. Okay, he just concedes. Sure, man. So he's on Gruel with grossness in it. Let's put these in. These bad boys. This mad lad. Some of these out. These out. Some of these out. Incubation out and 1 gross spiral. That seems fine. This is pretty slow. If I top deck ramp, though, it's really good. He goes Land War Elf. Yeah, this is a lot better. Sometimes you look at your 7 and you're like, is this gonna win? I'd much rather have these 2 baffling ends. Sure, dude. It's pretty annoying, but at least he only gets a 1/1. Tolsimir is gonna kill it this game, probably. We'll see what he has next, though. Another Warboss, sure, man. Conveniently, I have another baffling end. That's a good draw. I wouldn't mind like a Krasis here, I guess. Krasis for 2 to block. That's kind of gross. I think we're on the Lyra and Prey plan here, but there's our second white source. Yeah, this might be a little rough, but it is game 2, so we might get in game 3. We're still in it here, though. He probably just... Oh, okay, sure. Why wouldn't he play anything? I don't understand. Let's play Tolsimir. Hopefully he doesn't have a Lightning Strike. I want to fight that. Yeah. How's it going to our new viewers there? Hope you're all having a good one. I'm rank 348, so I'm definitely doing all right. Block one of these. Hope he doesn't have any other garbage. Play Temple Garden tapped. Play Lyra. Ooh. Ooh. It's a good one. Let's hope he doesn't have a Collision Colossus, but I mean, I wasn't playing Lyra in game 1, so I doubt he boarded it in. But I mean, I guess against Hydroid Krasis, you might board it in. Yeah, man. You have our Kindling Phoenix, dude. So here we play Nissa, and then hopefully next turn we can Mass Manipulate and just win. If he removes our frickin' Nissa, we kind of cry, but
The land shall conquer you.
it's fine. We got blockers. We got blockers. Nothing? Thorn Lieutenant's fine. I won't be stealing him. You can keep him. Yeah, dude. That's A-okay. I wouldn't be adapting it anyway. You just paid the mana for me. I appreciate it. I think I'll just hit him with that yoink. Okay. I wonder if you just like had nothing and you just tapped mana, they'd be like, all right, I'm conceding. What does that bring us to? Geez, 223. That's pretty good. I hope you guys enjoyed that video and got a pretty good idea of the deck from me playing, and I explained it pretty well. If you guys did enjoy that video, feel free to give me a like, because that does help me out. And if you want to see more stuff as I release it, feel free to hit the subscribe button. That would really help me out. And I'll be making more videos in the next few days. And if you want to see me streaming, I've solely been streaming on Twitch lately, so you can follow my Twitch. I'll put it in the description. But anyway, hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you later.